And let me get into this. I failed my driving test. Yeah, no roommates, man. I failed my driving test. That was one of the worst feelings ever. Cause I don't know if you guys know, for years I've been trying to do my theory test, and I kept failing. I failed my theory test 5 times. Psh, let me even show you guys. I failed my theory test 5 times, and I made it out of a joke. I made it into a joke. I don't know if you know what a theory test is. It's like the written exam, basically. I can drive, but the theory part of stuff, like you have to learn the little road signs, all of that stuff. It's to the point where I'm a guy. I don't mind, even though I might be embarrassed or hurt by it. I don't mind making a joke out of it, cause bro, everybody fails in life. Everyone needed like it gets to a point where some people act like they don't fail at all, and it makes other people feel like, nah, I can't mess up. I can't mess up, but it's okay to mess up. So I did my driving exam. Let me tell you how it went. Practice for like 8 months. All my money from work was going into my driving, and rent and stuff like that. So it comes the day of the driving test. One thing my mum told me is when you get to the driving place and you see who your examiner is, you'll know if you passed or failed. Okay, so we're driving up to the place because we did a lesson before, like a 1 hour lesson, and we got to the driving center. I'll be honest, I'm a person, I can't drive a lot, like a long time if I've got a test. I have to drive at least 30 minutes because my legs get really tired. This is manual, by the way. Like, the gearbox, gear shift and all that. So we drive up to the center, and I'm looking at some guy while we're parked up, and he's smoking a cigarette. Not even that he's smoking a cigarette. I couldn't care about that. But I don't know, his whole demeanor. I looked at him and I was like, I pray this is not the guy I have. I remember my mom saying, like, be careful, because like you'll know if you passed or not by the person. So I was just hoping it wasn't him. Went into the test center, did my details. Guess who calls my name? That same guy that I just wished it wasn't. I wish it wasn't him. Ended up being him. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this, man. I didn't think I'd fail, but cool. So we got in the car. He's a quite big guy. There's no problem with being big. So but he's big and tall. So he kind of took up half of the car space, and like, where you got the gears, his leg was kind of on my arm, if that makes sense. So whenever I wanted to like put it into like gear one or something like that, I'd have to tell him, yo, excuse me, can I just, sorry. So yeah, my first thing was I don't want to mess up when I get out of the test center, because apparently a lot of people fail when they get out of the test center. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. Out of the test center, we're doing amazing. He puts on his sat nav and he's like, all right, so what we're gonna do now is follow the sat nav. Like, cool, sat nav, I've been doing this. Sat nav's easy. And then 2 minutes into following the sat nav, he takes the sat nav off and he says, I'm doing this during school run hours, so like 2:30, 3 o'clock. He takes the sat nav off and he's like, in fact, forget the sat nav. Keep going straight, I'll direct you myself. So I'm driving, and then he tells me, take a right. He told me to take this right into this random car park. I was so confused. I was like, it's like he just stopped following the rules and stuff like that. He took me to some random tight car park and he said I should do forward bay parking. That's like, you go straight into and I'll be honest, I'd rather do reverse bay parking than forward bay parking. It was just such an awkward situation. So let's just say I did it, but I ended up getting a minor for apparently not checking around. Bro, I was actually being dramatic with my checking around. I don't know how I got a minor for that. Cool, we got out of there. And then another place where I messed up. We were going on there was a road that he told me to turn left on. I'm driving. He tells me to turn left. But there's so many people crossing that road, so I'm like, I don't want to go now because half of them have crossed and half of them are like, they don't know if they're gonna go or not. So I'm waiting. And apparently I waited too long. I'm sorry. Next time I'm gonna run them over. Make sure I run them over, because what can I do? I can't do nothing. Then I got a dangerous. I know that's a dangerous is crazy, but so I was on the dual carriageway. Dual carriageway is like a highway. It's like a mini. it's like a mini highway where there's 2 lanes. No, there was 4 lanes. So I'm in. Okay, pretend this is an exit. There's an exit approaching on over here. This is the first lane, and this is the second lane. So, and the signs above saying read the sign. So I see that the signs are saying the destination that he tells me to go. So I go in the second lane. This is the exit, remember, and then this is the first lane. So I go in the second lane. Then I realize, why am I in the second lane? Let me just go back into the left lane because he's not even he's right, like the guy over here that's behind me. I can see that he's indicating to leave at the exit. So I drive a bit. I keep driving. I check my mirrors, and I wait for him to drop back a bit. So he's like 3 cars behind me, and I can see that he's indicating. I'm about to turn his car out. So I look at my mirror, indicate, and go into that first lane. As soon as I'm turning, this guy grabs the wheel and pushes me back. You know, when it comes to tests, when they grab the wheel, it's over. You can't, like, that was the most humbling experience ever. I don't feel like I messed up there. Maybe that's why I shouldn't be on the road. But I don't think I messed up there because I looked back in the mirror after he pushed the thingy back and the guy had left at the exit. So I'm like, bro. But in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe he messed up. So he's like, when we get back to the center, he's going to say, cool, he didn't mess up. It's all right. So we get back to the center. And I thought he was just going to brush that and forget about it. We got there. I thought he was going to lie and say I passed. Not lie, but I thought he was going to say I passed and brush that situation. So we got back to the center and he was like, so unfortunately, when I heard unfortunately today, I'm hoping there still might be a pass coming out of his mouth, bro. Like, unfortunately today, this is going to be a... I thought he was going to... I don't know why I thought he was going to trip me and be like, yeah, there's a pass. Nah, it's a fail. He said, unfortunately, this is going to be a fail. He wasted too much time and also on the motorway, that could have caused a big... a crash. That was the most depressing drive back home ever. I'm in that car quiet, bro. And he's like, we just go again. And in my head, I'm like, bro, I don't want to do this no more, bro. Know how much money I wasted on this, bro. Like, my instructor's like, I had to pay my instructor £100 to use his car and he gave me £10 back. I don't want that £10, man. It's horrible, man. All I want to do is drive. I feel like it'll make life so much easier. But yeah, man, that's how it went. It's horrible.